Hey everybody, this is Javier with the Real Javier Novoa channel. A channel that's dedicated to living free, guys. To getting you completely free from the prison grid in your life situation so that you can come to do and come to create as you intended when you came, guys. And this is going to be sort of a off-script talk here, just a little chat between friends as to sort of the new emphasis that this channel is undertaking, a sort of new direction in which this channel is going. It's been developing organically because at first we have been heavy in the principles of spirituality, the principles of interiorism, and indeed interiorism still is the principle, and we're going to be going deeply into interiorism in most of the videos that we make. In fact, we're going to be doing a series on the scientific basis of interiorism, on the philosophic basis of interiorism. But what we're going to be focusing on more and doing more videos on is going to be the central thesis of this channel, which is living free, guys. And this channel is going to be all about living free with interiorism. Everything that we talk about is just going to be geared towards living free, guys. And anything and everything that we can learn and take into our toolkits to help us to live free, it's going to be what this channel deals with. I have a lot more interviews coming up. If you didn't see our interview with Jim Rogers last week, go and watch it. It's an incredible video. Of course, Jim Rogers is one of the world's greatest investors and the godfather of the early retirement movement, which is also a central plank on this channel. But when we talk about getting rich, when we talk about investing, the point is, don't get lost in the details, or do get lost in the details if you enjoy it, but don't get so lost in the details that you lose sight of the central aim of this channel, which is living free. For example, guys, for a lot of us, we will pursue the intention or the objective of becoming a multimillionaire or a billionaire, or it will come. A lot of us may pursue a political career or an educational path, but that every different aspect will appeal to different people. But the common denominator that all of the subscribers to this channel have, that I have, and that all of the viewers of the videos have, or at least we hope they have, is that we want to live free. And you don't have to be a multimillionaire to live free. You don't have to be a spiritual saint or guru to live free. You don't have to understand all of philosophy to live free. But you do have to understand all of the aspects that apply to living free, and you have to be able to be versatile in the tools that you use. In a word, you have to know yourself. You have to ask yourself, okay, what tools are for me and what tools are not for me? Because some of these videos and some of these interviews, the tools aren't necessarily going to be for everybody, but everyone's going to be able to find a few aspects of it that will apply to their life situation. And I just hope that we do not get lost in a mirage of trying to attain something that is not pertinent to our living free, guys. So, the central cornerstone of this, the philosophy that all of us have to know and internalize, and that is very important, and it's hard for a lot of people in the spiritual path to grasp, and I'm sorry if it disturbs you, but you have to be selfish. And what you'll find is true selfishness is not contradictory to any spiritual principles. It is completely spiritual. It is enlightened selfishness. And in this vein, I'd recommend everybody, no matter who you are, no matter what your philosophical inclinations are, to read that great book by Ayn Rand, The Virtue of Selfishness. Selfishness is virtuous. And I can just use two very quick philosophical examples. The first example was highlighted by the great Harry Browne, who wrote How to Live Free in an Unfree World. It's another great book. It's inspired the channel a lot. And what he gave the analogy of the following. Let's say that happiness was a red balloon, right? And let's say that nobody was selfish. Therefore, the goal of everybody was to serve another person. So when you got that red balloon, which is happiness, you would not keep that balloon, but rather you'd have to pass it on to someone else. So you pass that red balloon on to someone else. Then the other person would pass the red balloon on to the other person. Then that other person would pass the red balloon on to the next person. Now, if it were a universal value or virtue that no one was to be selfish and no one was to desire something simply for the fulfillment of it, but rather they were only to desire it to give it to someone else, then no one would be able to keep that balloon, and the whole exercise would be illogical. It would be an exercise in futility. Ladies and gentlemen, in a world of complete selflessness, there's no consumption and therefore a quick death for everybody. Think about that. So it is not logical as a universal ethic that one would be selfless. Therefore, one has to be selfish. And there's nothing wrong with being selfish. The only problem comes up when you start getting into unenlightened hedonism. And that is a very short-sighted hedonism. It is a hedonism which aims to satisfy short-term wants and needs at the expense of long-term wants and needs. And for that, one needs wisdom. And you will learn it through life, and also we will try to give you the principles of wisdom and enlightened hedonism in this video. The point is, selfishness is the number one plank, guys. And you have to be selfish enough to strive and to work to apply every principle that you can find to your own freedom. This is living free. And that's why I am in agreement with the principle of Murray Rothbard. When someone asked him, what are you? What is your political movement? The great philosopher and economist Murray Rothbard. He said, I'm a meist. And guys, I make the central declaration, I am in this for me. I'm in this for myself, guys. And so should you be. So I don't care. I do care about what happens to people who are important to me, and that is a value that stems from the self. But I don't care about being a good fill in the blank, law of assumption, law of attraction, even interiorist or spiritual person. I don't care about any of that. What I care about is how do the principles that I study from every philosophy apply to me and apply to getting me free. I am a meist, so although I do have political philosophies and views, it is not my job to go out and change other people's minds or to change the environment. That means that I'm not going to try to go and affect social change. I may do it for fun. I may go and talk in those aspects for fun, but I am not out to change society. Changing society is too difficult and it takes too long, and you're not going to resonate with a lot of people anyway because they're not going to be on your same wavelength. What's a lot easier is to change yourself and to change your own lifestyle. And that's what this channel is about. It's about giving you the tools, no matter who wins the next election, no matter what happens in the society around you. Of course, that'll affect you a little bit, but how to most effectively insulate yourself and basically create the surroundings according to your own wishes, according to your own inspirations, and be able to operate as you desire no matter what happens on the outside. We've seen many examples of this throughout history. If that's something that appeals to you, then this channel is going to be for you. It's about voluntarism. It's about living free. It's about neither going along with something that you don't want to go along with, or trying to make other people come along with you. A lot of people aren't going to come along with you, in which case you're going to have to take the decision either to separate yourself from those people or to minimize communication with those people, especially if they're bringing you down. And it's all vibrational, and it's all about primarily how you feel. And this channel has talked about in the past paradox. Well, this is a paradox. As many of my videos have talked about, as I have spoken about in many of my videos, it doesn't matter how you feel, guys. And guys, if that thought feels good in the moment, then that's a thought that you should take and run with. The other flip side of that coin is, it's all about how you feel. And in fact, your emotional resonance with something is the standard. Why? Very simply, if something is what you desire, or it is a part of what you desire, or it is on the path to what you desire, then it's going to feel good. Therefore, pursue that good feeling. Pursue feeling better. If you will pursue and make your first priority feeling good and feeling better, then everything else on the outer will take care of itself. But you have to be selfish enough, guys, to do that. So, another way to say this, as another great YouTuber said, your main focus, your only focus when you get up in the morning should be getting into flow. Your main priority every single day should be being in flow. If you can get into flow and stay in flow, then every task that needs to be done will be done and unfolded through you. You won't have to make a lot of effort. Like Jim Rogers said in the interview, you'll never feel like you're working a day in your life. If you're not in flow, you're going to feel like you're working. So where's this all pointing to? Where's this all going? The videos that are coming up are going to be about teaching you to live free in every aspect of your life. Guys, living free is a skill, because first I have to inculcate into you and develop within you and allow to grow within you, if you're willing to do it, the feeling of selfishness, guys. And as I said, read Ayn Rand, but in a nutshell, you have to be selfish enough to actually tune out the noise. Another great analogy. Follow the signal, not the noise. It's an old radio analogy. So if you're turning a radio dial and you're looking for a station and you're trying to listen to that station, say it's the news station, you have to listen to that station. If there's static, if there's noise, don't get carried away listening to that noise. You listen to that station. Now, while you're pursuing your objectives, while you're actually getting into the state of your wishes, while you're taking steps towards your intentions, while you're actually just starting from right where you are to do what you want to do, it's just natural that most of the people around you are not going to be on the vibrational wavelength of the new state that you're inhabiting. So most of the people around you are going to feel a lot of times resentment. They're going to feel fear because you're changing the whole environment. They're going to feel envy a lot of times because, guys, let's face it, they're not doing what they know they could be doing. And so they're going to try to pull you down. All of a sudden, you're going to have drama happening around you. All of a sudden, there's going to be emergencies coming up. And, oh, your cousin Betty now needs money for this operation. When now you're starting to invest your money, you're starting to put together your financial plan to get completely off the prison grid within the next 2 to 5 years. And all of a sudden, now you have demands on your money. You have to be selfish enough to say, no, I'm going to follow the sound, not the noise. I'm sorry, I'm not a human ATM. I'm not going to be able to support everyone on his or her path. I have to focus on myself. I have to focus on my own path because I came here to develop myself and I came here to create certain masterpieces. That's going to require you to many times swim against the current of family, to go crossways of societal norms, go crossways of cultural norms, and many people get carried away in that and aren't able to do that, and because they are not able to find that selfishness within them. My job, guys, is to help you find your own inner voice and then give you the tools and equipment to follow that. And that's what this channel is all about, guys. So it's about voluntarism. It's about meism. It's about selfishness. Those are the pillars. And in pursuit of those pillars, we're going to be elucidating many principles, many philosophies. We're going to be going into finance, as we already have. We're going to be going into business, because the majority of objectives that you have will require you to go into some kind of business or hustle or side hustle or whatnot. We're going to be going into investment. We're going to be going into how to save your money. And of course, we're going to be going into the most powerful principles of all, which are how to get into state, how to give it to yourself now, how to imagine, how to construct and surround yourself with the conditions that you want to be in before they're there on this film roll. We have been talking about it, and we're going to be emphasizing it in a new and more powerful way. And it's all for the one purpose, guys, of helping you live free. This is about living free. When we talk about the economy, when we talk about the future, whether it be good news or bad news, this is not to scare you guys, but this is actually to teach you how to benefit from whatever is coming. It's to teach you how to be unconditional. It's to build your character, to be one who is truly selfish, who's not afraid to actually drop everything and pursue the path that he or she came to pursue. And that's what I'm encouraging you to do, guys. It is live free interiorism. It is applying the principles of interiorism to living free. I look forward to the next week and few weeks where we're going to be dilating on this, where we're going to be elucidating all of these principles, and where we're going to be having a few more exciting interviews, chats, and shows. I'm excited at the direction this channel is taking. If you resonate with this material, I do encourage you to subscribe to the channel below. I'm also doing coaching calls, guys. It's a modality that's taking off, and I am pretty much dedicating less time to my usual activities and more time to helping you guys, to coaching and consulting. I will put my email in the description. We can get on a call. It's going to make all the difference when you can talk to someone and have the accountability and have the hand-by-hand guidance to actually do this, especially if you're surrounded by people who are going against or seemingly going against your intentions, and you can't find it within you to become selfish enough to break that spell. So guys, I'm here for you. And thank you so much. Have a great week ahead, guys. Remember, it's live free with interiorism. Till very soon, guys. Until tomorrow, this is Javier with the real Javier Novoa, with much love and appreciation. Signing off.